Welcome one and welcome all. Hello, hello, hello. It's Saturday. I'm on the wine. Oh, I thought I had a little spot there. Hello, Sandra Marshall. Hello, Seema. Hello, Selena. Hello, Seema, Selena, Janet, Chop. 3, 4, 5. Bear is here, and everyone else is here too. Francoise and Haley Edwards. Hello to Claire, smiley. Hello. Cheers. Welcome. It is Saturday night. We are live. We are hopefully happy. We are feeling good about life as much as we can, even though it's been probably the weirdest January ever. Hello, Louise K. Hello, Selena. Hello, Seema. Hi, gorgeously. Oh, hi to gorgeous Seema. Hey, Phil Parks. Nice to have all your company here tonight. Sorry, guys, it's been a while since I've jumped on a live. I think the last time I did a live was with the lovely Nadia and Mark, and we played Match It Me You Can / Match Me If You Can. So I just thought I would do a spontaneous, impromptu Saturday night check-in with you all, see how you're all doing, see how life is, hoping that you're all fine, dandy, and asking you, if you're in the UK, how you're coping with lockdown 3. If you're not in the UK, in fact, tell me where you are in the comments box right now. Where are you in the world? Where are you in the world? I don't need exact coordinates. I'm not asking for a postal zip code. I just want to know, where are you? Whittle it down to a certain region and tell me where in the world you currently are. 345 Berry, we missed you, Lee. Glad to see you back. Thank you, 345 Berry. You are very kind. I appreciate your support. He's over in Essex. Whereabouts in Essex, 345 Berry? You know, I used to live in Essex. We've got Darlington in the northeast of England. You know, I once did a gig in Darlington, and they're very much like Parmos. Is that right, Selena Lou Fogg? I'm sure you can explain that to me. They love a Parmo in Darlington. And I did this gig, and it was upstairs in this lovely cocktail bar. And afterwards, one of the comedians, for people who don't know, a lot of stand-up comedians, when they do gigs, they often drive down together if they're on the same bill. So you'll look at who's on the bill, and you will say, oh, so-and-so lives near me. Do you want to drive down together? Because I didn't drive at the time. We all know how terrible a driver I am. And so we drove down, and one of the comedians, I remember after this gig in Darlington, was like, before we drive, I'm going to get some food. And I was like, oh, great, where are we dining? And they were like, we're going to get a Parmo. And I thought, oh my God, what's a Parmo? Oh my God, it is like a heart attack on a plate. I mean, I am obsessed with cheese. I absolutely love cheese. Okay, it can't go wrong. Anything with cheese on, I'm happy with. But even I was like, this is too much. A Parmo is too much. It's kind of like, I can't even remember what it was, but it was like breaded chicken in a creamy, cheesy sauce with cheese on top, then another layer of cheese. It was just a heart attack on a stick. And that's all I remember about Darlington. Maureen's over in Kentucky. I love an international audience. Dragon Rose over in Surrey. You know, the lovely Ruth Langsford lives in Surrey, I believe. Janet Sharp, the vaccinations are going so well. I'm happily. Thank you, Janet, for bringing a little bit of positivity into this live stream already. We've got Guildford in Surrey again, Fairy Dust Sunshine. Maybe you and Dragon Rose, once restrictions are lifted, can go and hang out together. I don't know how big a place Surrey is. Hey up, Chazzers, says Sean James Grant. Hey, Sean, I haven't seen you on here in a while. I hope you're well. If no one knows that reference, Chazzers is, if you haven't already, you need to watch a show on YouTube called Charity Shop Sue. It's hilarious. It's a character act, but it's absolutely hilarious. We've got Hertfordshire, says Louise K. County Meath in Ireland. Grace Kelly, great name. Grace Kelly Foylan. Now, County Meath, sorry, I'm giving stories about County Meath. County Meath was another place where I was doing a gig. And years ago, I was booked for this gig I was working at Tough Mudder. And they did it in Dublin, or just outside of Dublin, near County Meath in Ireland. And I stayed in County Meath in this amazing place. They booked me into this kind of huge Georgian mansion. It was a bit like Downton Abbey. It was just massive. And I walked in and I was like, oh my God, this is where I belong. And I remember how amazing it was in County Meath because I walked into the reception and the lady at the reception was like, oh, welcome to County Meath. Like, I can't do the accent. And then she was like, if you want to go for a walk, there are Wellington boots that you're able to use in the drawing room. And I was like, oh my God, where do I start with that? Wellington boots, drawing room, going for a walk. My mind was blown. It was one of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed in. Dragon Rose, hi Lee, hope you well too, Dragon. 345 Berry, oh, Shenfield, okay, yeah, Shenfield. I used to be Woodford Green, so it's kind of a bit of the other way, but whenever I used to have to wait for the line at Stratford, it was always like, the TfL rail service to Shenfield is arriving soon. Ellen James in Gloucestershire, hello from Southampton, says Linda. Oh, the comments have just scrolled up. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll down from the. We've got Scotland, Cargill. Great to see you too. Sandra Marshall's in Hertfordshire, Middlesbrough, Blackpool. Oh, Seema, why don't you do live every day? It would cheer me up. Very depressed at the moment. I'm so sorry to hear that, Seema. Do you know what? I have to be honest. I sometimes struggle with the lives because it's really difficult just talking at the camera, which is why I love your interaction on the comments, because it at least can spur me on. I do find I've always been one to just bounce off people. And if this wasn't COVID times, I'd definitely have someone here sat with me just doing it as like a chit chat. But I can't. And then when you do it virtually, it's good, but you can't always do it and blah, blah, blah. And also probably because I'm slightly inherently lazy. But I do struggle to do it live every day. So I'm really sorry. I need to get my act together. Nadia says it all the time. She's like, you need to post. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so bad. And sometimes I just get like creative blocks, or I'm one of those people where I'm like, it's not right and it's not perfect, so I'm not putting it out to the world. But I realize that this kind of space is such a I hate the phrase, but safe space to just put out anything, and if it's not perfect, then that's probably the beauty of it. Yes, I did do it as part of Hilarity Bites, Silly Lily Fog, I believe that, yeah. Years ago this was, by the way. Hilarity Bites, they're like a Newcastle-y based comedy promoters, for anyone watching. So sorry, I am drinking. Tony asks if it's Pinot Grigio, and you're right, Tony. I don't know if that was just a guess, or you can tell by the colour of the glass. I mean, you can guess it's a white, but yes, I am drinking. I've not been drinking loads, so as you all probably know, I kind of took a little bit of a step back from the drinking. In lockdown 2, I'm remembering it with misty eyes. In lockdown 2, I didn't drink at all. I had this gin alternative that was amazing for me, and I'm still enjoying it. I had like the past few nights been having that. And then tonight I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to have a glass of wine, and this is probably like my third. So if I'm slurring slightly, I apologise. Anna McCoy. Anna, I'm going to give you a virtual hug. Here we go. Anna, I'm doing that because whenever I hear of anyone in New Zealand, I'm like, oh, imagine what it must be like to be in New Zealand. Anna, if you don't mind, please do tell us what life is like over in New Zealand, just so we can live vicariously through you. Loads of people are getting depressed because they're like, not depressed, sorry, I use that word flippantly, but they're getting annoyed and frustrated because they see people in Wuhan and New Zealand and everyone partying and you know, having a great time. And it does slightly annoy me, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. You have fun, guys. You guys have fun. Hello from Rainy Brighton, Debbie Sanderson, Evening All, Francoise, Katie Merricks from Wolverhampton, Mandy Nanny from Donny, Mark D, hey, I Love Man, oh, thank you, Victoria D, I Love Man too, oh, I Love Man. Jenny Matthews, you think you can't cook, you so can, love that you have a go. Oh, thanks, Jenny Matthews. So, if anyone doesn't know already, oh my God, I've just realised I've not put my little overlay on. Hold on a second. Let's sort this out right now. Is that right? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Makes barely any difference. Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen already, I have been attempting to cook or bake. So I made a beef Wellington, which went well. How do you think the souffle went? I'm still like a little bit on the edge. It wasn't perfect. I have been Googling, you know, perfect looking souffles, and I'm a little bit annoyed at myself because I know what went wrong. And if you haven't watched the video, go and watch the video of me attempting to bake a raspberry souffle. There is a point in the video where you can see I know that I've gone wrong. And what happens is I don't listen to my instinct. And whenever I watch that video back, I'm like, Lee, if I'd just whipped those egg whites a little bit more, I think I would have got a better souffle. But I was very pleased with it because they are notoriously difficult to do. And yeah. Sue John's first time. Welcome, Sue John's. Sue John's, it's always a little bit, you know, it's not like you always expect your first time. And this is probably a bit like this live. It might be a little bit painful at times. It might be not what you expected. It might not be as joyous as you once thought it would be, as you once imagined. But it is your first time. And I promise it will get better. Okay. Dragon Rose, bad day yet. Anxiety and depression. Dragon Rose, you're not alone. You are probably many people. I'm not going to be one of those people. You know what I'm starting to get annoyed with? Quite like badly annoyed. Is people online who, and this is not what I'm going to do, Dragon Rose, who go, do you know what? Be happy. And you're like, oh, be happy. Okay, cool. I never thought of that. Thank you for it's like this pseudo kind of advice that people are giving. So all I'm going to say, Dragon Rose, is you've had a bad day yesterday, anxiety and depression. It happens. It passes, and I hope this can cheer you up. And I hope tomorrow or tonight is a better day than yesterday. And that's really all we can hope for, isn't it? But I'm not going to sit here and go, you know what? You should just love yourself. It's like, oh, amazing little suggestion there. Francoise, oops, I've just put Carter Girl's comment. So sorry about that. Francoise says, at least it didn't flop, or should I say sink. Phil, you thought it looked amazing. Angela, oh, you're so bloody, you're so bloody lovely. You're so supportive, aren't you? Yeah, I'm not a cook, really, at all. I've never considered myself one, but Andrea, Nadia seems to think that I am. She's like, you've got it in you. She's like, you've got it in you. I can tell. Oh, N Higgins, thank you very much for the super sticker. That is very kind. And Higgins 73. And Higgins 73. And I feel like I need to do something when someone gives a super chat function. But thank you. Very kind of you. Thank you for the support. Selena. Lee, it did look amazing. I was well impressed. Don't sell yourself short. You're bloody brilliant. Selena, we always have to improve though, you know? So if you haven't made a souffle, I hope that is inspired. Someone said that they felt inspired to do this souffle. And I thought, shut up. I've inspired someone to do a theatre play. What do you think my next should be? Because I'm quite enjoying doing it. Do you know what is actually, what I will say is difficult, okay? The souffle was nice, okay? And it was lovely. But what I did struggle with is I struggled with filming at the same time. And actually, all I was really doing it for was the film. But I do struggle because it's like me. I mean, my dad helped film at points, which was great. But sometimes I'm like, and with a souffle, I just felt a little bit stressed and overwhelmed because you need to give it kind of almost like you can't miss a trick. And because I'd never done it before, I wasn't confident enough to go, right, I'll do this now, I'll do that now, I'll film that there, I'll film it. So it was all a bit mismatchy. So I'm sorry if the video isn't perfect and it's wobbly at points, or sometimes the shots don't align. In the edit, I just tried to have to make it kind of as good as it was. Louise K says, Lee, are you naturally a very upbeat person? You come across that way. Yeah, I think I am, but I'm not all the time. I can be quite moody sometimes. Do you know what? I'm bad sometimes in the morning. So when I used to live with my old flatmates back in the day, I used to live in Manchester. There were times where I'd wake up in the morning, I just wouldn't speak. So I'd walk down and they'd be like, hey, and I'd be like, and then I'd like make a coffee and whatever. And my flatmates got to a point where they just knew that I just needed to be left alone. And then what I'd do is I'd go upstairs, my coffee would set in, I'd shower, I'd do stuff. And then I'd come back down and be like, good morning, good morning. And they'd like, sometimes they were like, it was almost like psychological torture because they sometimes didn't know what Lee was entering the room. Was it going to be like one singular sensation? Or was it going to be like, boom, 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 boom? Like there was a lot of time. So I am, I guess, naturally upbeat to a certain extent, but not always. So yeah. Nadia's right. Only a good cook knows when they can do better. Thank you. Someone suggested, Janet Sharp has suggested a baked Alaska. Oh my God, can you and Nadia do a cook along? Michelle, that's probably a really good idea, actually. Maybe we could do a live cook along. Hi, Millie H. Don't worry about being late to the party. Don't worry at all. So what a week it's been, eh? What a bloody week. Was it last week that they stormed the Capitol building of the US government, or was it this week? Which was a sentence I never thought I'd say. But don't you think January, don't you think 2020, right, was such a terrible year? And don't you think that January 2021 has gone, we'll see about that. We will see about that. Will you do a Match Me If You Can game again? Yeah, Sarah Doolally, by the way, that's a great name. Is that actually your surname? Oh God, my sister's in the building. Not in the building. She can't be. It's against the rules. She's a bit drunk. What are you drinking, Eloise? She says she's a bit drunk. Shall I invite her in? I'm a bit like, oh God, I don't know if I can bear it. Because honestly, like when she's drunk, she's a bit annoying. Hi, Sarah Whitfield. Look at everyone saying hi to Ellie. They're all like, hi, Ellie. Hi, Ellie. She's drinking gin. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse, 2021 started. I thought Dragon was going to say Ellie was in the building then. Bear voice, Jenny Ella Cook, hello. We're just having a chat here. So how are you all doing, though, in all seriousness? Everyone's saying invite her in. Rachel Lee, love all your videos. Thank you for being amazing. Rachel, you guys are like the kindest people ever. If I ever need, like, that's why I'm upbeat all the time. It's like I'll just go on and talk to the lovely people in on YouTube. Let's see. Shall I text? Hi Ellie, invite her in, Lee. Invite her in. Right, I'm gonna invite her in. But one fun business, Eloise. Her name's Eloise. She calls herself Ellie. We'll see. It's very similar to my real surname. It's not my friends call me. Love it, Sarah Doolally. Love it. And then no one can trace your actual name. Jen Harper, you've already cheered me up. Well, I'm glad. Michelle Nye says, I'm pissed off with lockdown and not seeing mum and dad. Michelle, I'm so like, the first lockdown, I was pissed off. I was like, screw this. Do you know what? I keep like almost looking back to March, being like, oh guys, it's going to be a month. It's going to be a month and we'll be back to normal. Like, I almost get like this nervous laugh and I'm like, oh God, remember when I thought it was going to be a month? How stupid. But I do feel like we're downhill now. Not downhill as it's all going downhill, but we're over the hill, I should say. And we're literally near the finish line. I really, really do. Oh my God, I love this. My 97-year-old nan had her vaccine jab today. Oh my God, she's come back full of life. I don't know if it was the fresh air or the jab. Suzanne, I think it was the jab. Let's face it. I think it was the fucking jab. My grandma and granddad have had both of their vaccines. Both of their vaccines they've had, which it hasn't happened for a lot of people, but apparently it was logistically stupid to cancel those already booked in. So my grandma and granddad think they're invincible. Right, here she is. She's here. Don't be too drunk. If she is, I'm going to kick her out. Here we go. Hi, Woo Mac. Here's your hello. Everyone, welcome. Send a wave emoji to my drunken older sister, Eloise.
Hi, darlings. First of all, oh, gosh. Need to say, the last time I graced my presence on this channel, I was also wearing this jumper. I need to say, I don't wear this jumper every day. It's just a coincidence.
Oh my God, seriously, get some new jumpers. That's awful. You've dared to come on this YouTube channel without even changing your outfit.
I can do that if you like.
No, thank you. Also, I don't think anyone would have noticed, but thank you for pointing the elephant in the room out to us.
Oh, also, this is Hallie Squunchy.
For anyone who doesn't for anyone who doesn't know, Hallie is my niece. Selena said, is it your drinking jumper, Ellie?
Selena, anything's my drinking jumper, babes.
Maureen is over in Kentucky, Eloise. She says hi. Suzanne says, I love Ellie.
Hi, Suzanne.
Oh God, look at you being like, hi, Suzanne. Hi, Maureen. Like, I'm so sweetness and light. You're not.
Well, I am now, aren't I, Suzanne?
You know what I just got reminded me of? Do you remember when, because I said, please welcome also drinking my sister. Do you remember years ago where, I don't know if anyone knows, but my friend Holly lives next door or lived next door. And years ago, I got really, really drunk and ended up staying at her house because I was like in no fit state to go home. And do you remember you must have stayed at a friend's after a night out once? And then the next morning, I was leaving Holly's house, like dying of like the world's worst hangover, walking back to the house. And as I was arriving on the driveway, a taxi pulled up and you got out. And we both went to the door and rang the doorbell. And Mum answered the door and we were like, and then she just looked at us so disgusted and went, I didn't raise you two like this. And we were like, it's just reminded me.
I can't remember that. The only thing that I can always remember, because I mean, you used to ring Dad at the drop of a hat.
That was once.
No, I'd never dare to do that. I would never ever dare to do that. And the only other time I rang that doorbell. I'd made the way home. I'd got home and I tried to get in the door, and I was trying to get in the door with a 50p piece and it wouldn't work. And about after an hour of trying to get in the door with this 50p, I had to ring the bell and Dad answered it. But you used to ring him like out of nowhere and then be like, Dad, can you pick me up? And then he'd go psycho at you and you'd be like, oh, well, Layla's in the pier.
That happened once. You've literally said the one isolated story that happened as if it was a weekly occurrence.
Nah. He was spoiled like that. He wouldn't walk home.
No.
Home in snow, rain, wind, whatever.
Wind. Also, I've just remembered the time when I got up for college once, really hungover, and my bedroom overlooked the garden, and I'd been sick the night before. I'd vomited from alcohol the night before, and it was chucking it down with rain, I remember. So I woke up the next day and Dad was like all chatty and I was waiting to get ready for college. And I was sat there like, oh, and he was like, God, was it a heavy night? I was like, yeah, I was actually sick. He was like, oh, God. He was like, did you make it to the bathroom? I said, no. And I said this so nonchalantly. I thought it was normal. I went, no, because it was chucking it down with rain. So I just opened the window and was sick out the window. Well, he went berserk. And I was shocked. I was like, what? He's like, what? And then opened the conservatory door and there was this like pile of my sick. I'm so sorry.
Because I've got a story about that as well. So me and Charlotte came home once and it was like, oh God, we're really hungry. And I cut a block of cheese out of the fridge, but it was a block and I'd bitten out of it. And I kept making toast and I was like, oh, we'll make 2 more. So we must have had maybe about 14 slices of toast. But I put Marmite on them and we went up to bed and we didn't eat all this toast clearly because there was about 14 slices. And I threw it out the window for the birds to eat, but the birds clearly didn't eat it because it had Marmite on. And Dad brought it back through to the bedroom in the morning. And he was like, "Can you go pick the toast up off the lawn?"
Oh God! Oh God! Layla, our younger sister, never really got did she ever do that?
She stayed at my house sometimes, but you grassed her up and, got Dad to pick you up from the pier. So there you go.
I grassed her up for staying at your house. That's a complete lie.
No, you grassed her up. You told Dad to pick you up from the pier. And when he went psycho at you for ringing him at 2 a.m, you said, oh, well, Layla's out.
No, right, listen, everyone listening to this, that's a lie.
That happened.
What unfortunately was happening at the time, and we don't condone this, but I was underage trying to get into nightclubs. And I didn't get into a nightclub. So I was like, everyone's got in, but I didn't. I was the only one. So I was like,
Layla did.
Yeah, and he had a go at me for saying, you shouldn't be trying to get into nightclubs when you're 17. And I said, well, Layla's in there, and she was like 16 or 15.
She was 15, and then I got into trouble for letting her sleep at my house.
Yeah, because it's not right, Eloise, and I think you need to put it on record to everyone listening right now that it's not something we condone.
And what was it that we condoned? Because you thought, all right, well, I'll save my own skin and blame Layla now and for being in the club because I've rang my dad at 2 a.m. to ask him to pick me up because I can't be asked to walk home.
No, it wasn't that I couldn't be asked. It was because I didn't have any capabilities. I don't know. I was a vulnerable 17-year-old. Anything could have happened. Mm-hmm. Cleethorpes is a very dangerous place that night, especially with you roaming around.
I was in the pier hall and I'd got in.
Anyway, guys, so sorry that took a turn. Rachel says sibling rivalry going on here. Michael, I'd love to be in Are You Being Served? Penny says, I hope your parents aren't watching this. They already know. They already know.
They know.
They kind of understand it. I mean, a couple of years ago, my mum was 60 and we ended up having an impromptu party for her.
You got absolutely battered.
Honestly, I passed out in the hallway. It was embarrassing. And then the next day, do you remember, I couldn't eat. I was nearly sick in the middle of the
yeah, we went out for a nice meal for the 60th birthday. And in fact, I'll try and get some photos up on my phone. I'll post them in the comments. Scroll up.
Oh my God, who do you think you are? And also, no, you won't. Dragon Rose says, how many sisters have you got? I've got 2, one older and one younger. And you can just imagine how annoying they are. Like, they gang up. They're actually friends, which is also quite annoying. Like you know, like they're sisters, but they're also like friends. So they properly gang up. Yeah, they're just very annoying, and they're not so much anymore, but they used to be extremely annoying when I was growing up.
I wonder why. Take your guess in the comments on why that might have been.
Oh my God, you're obsessed with the comments. Guys, can I just tell you right now, last time Eloise came on the live, a few days later, she'd obviously seen the comments.
Oh, yeah. Still the love you had for me, guys.
And she texted me saying, oh my God, I am so loved. And I was like...
I am now, aren't I? Janet and Penny and all my fans. I'm just scrolling.
How many years, Sarah says, how many years between you and Eloise? Is it 1.5?
No. How is it? How old are you?
I'm 30.
How old am I?
Oh no, it's 1.5 between me and Layla, and it's 2 years between me and you. No, 3 years between me. Well, 2 and a bit years.
I'm 33.
I'm 30, but honestly, like, I look the most youthful.
Mm-hmm.
My complexion.
It's just that big head that you've got right there. It stretches it out a little bit.
What do you think of my long hair at the minute?
Yeah, it's not. It's about as good as my roots.
What do you mean it's about as good as my roots?
My roots are terrible.
I don't have roots.
Yeah, I'm saying your hair is about as good as my roots, which are terrible.
Angela says that's middle child syndrome leave just described. All right then, guys. Well, I think without further ado, it probably means we have a very quick game of...
Right, wait a sec, because I ain't got my whiteboard pen.
Okay. Anyone who's watching this back or is watching this currently live, you're very welcome. This game is called Match Me If You Can, but a lot of people call Match It Me You Can because I accidentally spelt it wrong the first time and it stuck. So the aim of the game is a word association game, and we have to work together without conferring to get the same word as each other, okay? Without saying it, okay? So we have
right. Just wait a minute, because the whiteboard pen's in here. What my phone's being held up by, so you're just gonna have to wait a sec.
Well, can I carry on explaining the rules?
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ! Or shall we just sit there in silence while you sort out your whiteboard pen? Jesus, I've got a show to put on.
Oh my God, don't ask me to be the fucking guest of honor and then act like this to me.
I'm sorry. At no stage in the proceedings did I ever refer to you, or probably ever will refer to you, as the guest of honor.
Sorry, I meant the VIG.
What's the VIG?
The very important guest.
Oh.
Oh, found one.
All right. Woomax says, stop rushing her, Phil. Haha, it's not your channel anymore, Lee.
No, it's not absolutely, Phil. I don't know what you're saying.
Well,
Sorry
Tony,
about the jumper. I feel like we're, I've worn this jumper before. Shall I go get changed?
oh yeah, we'll all just sit and wait while you get changed and find your fucking whiteboard pen, you silly. Right, okay. I didn't say anything, what? So 2 words. Think of a random word to start with, and I'll write it down on the whiteboard. For anyone who knows how to play along in the comments. For anyone who doesn't, you'll get the gist of it. I'm going to put for my first word. Oh, Stacey Randall's here. Just going to say hello, but have to go. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, Stacey, and thank you for your support. She sent a super sticker.
Oh,
thank you, Stacey. You support this channel so much. You, Maureen, the gang, N. Higgins, I think it was earlier as well. Thanks so much. It's very, very kind and generous. So my first word is wire.
Don't need to shout.
Are we being loud?
Mine is.
No, Eloise, you have to say. You have to come up. Wire and straw. Okay, wire and straw. All right, well, think of it. I've got one. I think we've got this. Have you got it?
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know, we have to then come up with what we think we'll both write is the same word.
I don't think this is it, but we'll see.
3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Lead and hat. I can kind of see where you went with hat there.
I wasn't really feeling anything. Just 1 second. I need to shut this door before I get told off anymore.
Subtext.
I mean, just FYI, the door was shut.
Well, what if the door was shut? Why did you need to shut it again?
Because it got opened to tell me to stop shouting.
Okay, so wire and
Hat.
hat.
No.
Sorry, lead or lead. Lead and hat. Dragon Rose, you're really cheering me up. Oh, thank you, Dragon Rose. That's very kind and very generous. Angela Thompson, I'm laughing and shouting words out loud. My husband just come in the room asking if I'm okay. Thank you, Dragon Rose. That is too kind. All right, lead and hat. Okay, lead and hat. Oh, think about it. Think about lead and hat.
Lead and hat.
I've got one. I don't know if you get it though.
Oh, I do know what you're saying, but I don't know what the word is.
Lead and hat.
Oh. Is it one word?
Yes, they have to be one word.
Okay, well, this in it, but...
Lead and hat, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
The reason I said tour is because the lead tour guide often wears like a big hat when they do walking tours in like cities. But then I thought you've probably not done a walking tour.
Okay, so sorry, what?
Well, you probably haven't done a walking tour, so you probably wouldn't know that.
He's making out like what I don't walk. I've been trying to close my rings.
We don't want to know about that. But secondly, a walking tour is like a tour around cities, like a guide, gives you a guided tour, not just walking. All right, so
Right.
top and tour.
Okay, so if actually you really think about this, then you'll get it. Although I just had it in my head and now I forgot.
Oh my God, this is just honestly, I can't do this. Why have I allowed this to happen? This is chaotic. Tour and top.
Oh, damn it. I had a good one.
Tour and top. All right, think about it. A tour, but also think about a top. Maureen Berry, all the way from Kentucky. $10 super sticker. You are
Hi,
too.
Maureen.
Maureen.
Hi, Mother.
Maureen.
Hi, Mother.
Do you know Maureen and Eloise will vouch for us here. We used to play a game back in the day.
Yes, we did. And in the game, Lee wore red high-heeled shoes, and his name, he needed to be called Maureen.
Honestly, that's actually true.
But the game was, and this wasn't, and he used to say, "Do you want to play Maureen?" Later used to be Jam.
I used to say, "Do you want to play anti-Maureen?" So I'd be anti-Maureen, and I'd dress up in, if there were any available women's clothing, and I'd come and be like, "Hello, I'm anti-Maureen." I've just remembered that. Can't believe it.
But Layla was always Jan. Who was I?
Dean.
No, I was not Dean.
Yes, you were. It was Dean, Jan, and anti-Maureen.
No, it wasn't. That was just a coincidence that you was anti-Maureen. I wasn't Dean. I was not Dean.
Oh my God, don't cry about not being Dean.
But
anyway.
Dean, you was anti-Maureen. Later was Jan. I think I was Becky.
Who the hell's Becky?
I liked that name, so I was Becky in the game. And because I was the oldest, I got to choose what my name was.
Oh God, she used to get everything. She was such a spoil. She got away with murder.
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah, yes, I'm going to call Maureen Berry from now on anti-Maureen. All right. Have you got the word?
What's it again?
Top and tour. Chris Gullick says Becky with the hair. Good one, Chris. I like that reference.
Top and tour.
Oh, some people in the comments didn't look, but what they've put is right, and I should have put that. Angela Thompson, Rachel Louise. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Hey, Annie Brown. She says, hi, Lee, Eloise, and everybody.
Hi, Annie. Top and tour.
Hurry up. I'm actually on 14% battery, so you need to hurry up.
Wow. Should have thought about your audience before coming on, shouldn't you?
Hi, Salsa Trish. Sean James Grant says, I don't feel as though Ellie is 100% committed to this game.
Sure.
I actually agree, Sean.
I'll just say, Sean, it's actually because I've been drinking gin and I forgot what's happening. Wait there and you'll see.
Well, hurry up.
Right, what is it again?
Top and tour.
Okay, whatever, this isn't it, but to make Sean happy, let's go along with it.
Guide and fan.
Oh, right, yeah.
I thought like you go on a tour and you buy the top of the tour. A fan would buy that.
Yeah.
So fan and guide. Maybe write down fan and guide so you remember them.
KK, hon.
Fan and guide. Penny, we love Ellie. She's so funny. Can you come again, please, Lee? No, honestly, don't encourage her. Don't encourage her. Emma Staple says, I think Ellie needs to know this is a serious game. I agree, Emma. She's not taking it seriously.
Emma? Your name rhymes with a dilemma.
Emma, your name rhymes with a dilemma. There's not much that rhymes with Emma, apart from the actor Michael Craner. Sean James,
why don't you?
I hate to say it, Lee, but I think your sister might just be funnier than you.
Oh, Sean. God. Where do we start, hon? Where do we start? Sean James Grant.
Well, we don't. And this is also the Sean that you were just slagging off because he said you weren't taking it seriously.
Oh,
Sean, comedy is subjective. So guide and fan. Guide and fan.
Okay. Oh, what's that name? Okay, yeah.
Now, Annie Brown, she's put Ellie. So sorry, I'm calling you Eloise. Now, her name is actually Eloise. She just calls
That's
herself.
fine, Annie. If you want to call me that, you can call me that. I just do need to take a 2-minute, well, not a 2-minute, but a 30-second break in a second because I've ran out of gin and I need to pour myself another one.
No. We're not doing that because we need to wrap this up. I'm on 11% and I'm not sitting here waiting for you to go and pour it. This isn't a bloody. What do you think this is? This is being broadcast to YouTube, Eloise. This isn't just something where you're like, oh, give me a couple of seconds.
My fans will wait for me.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous. Fan and guide. Fan.
Right, well, this isn't it, but whatever, because I have lost it with you.
Arena and cool. Oh, think about it. Arena and cool. Think about this. Think about it. Think about it. I think you've got it.
Well, I have got one, but I don't think you're going to say it.
Arena and cool. If we get this right. 3, 2, 1. Echo! Oh! Do you know what? That was so good as well. What?
I was just doing a dance.
That's gone too far now. Right. Well, May Boo says, who's your parents' favourite, Lee or Ellie? Well, I know.
May Boo, me, Dad.
I'll tell you in order. Layla,
yeah,
Eloise, Lee. And she's laughing because she knows it's true.
That is actually true. Layla is fair.
I once said to Mum and Dad, right, we were having drinks, and I said, I mean, let's face it, Layla's your favourite. And Dad, instead of going like, oh, we don't have favourites, and Mum was just there laughing, Dad goes, well, Layla is the kindest. Oh my God, you've just essentially admitted it to me. Like, and then it's you.
Mm-mm. To be fair, Layla is, because she's like thoughtful about shit.
Yeah, she is, to be fair. I'll give her that. Like birthday presents and stuff, she properly thinks about it.
Yeah, like she texted the other day saying, oh, Dad, what do you want for your birthday? And I'd forgot actually that we was going to even be getting him a birthday present. And She is quite thoughtful with stuff like that. And then you could say it's me because it's me.
No.
But they did hate me for a while.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They're gonna watch this back. They're gonna watch this back, you know.
No, well, now they love me. I gave them a grandchild.
Yeah, they're obsessed with Eloise because she pulled out the fucking trump card and gave them Hallie, my niece, and their grandchild, which honestly, like, what have I got now? I haven't even got a fucking job anymore. It's like, I am literally.
No, Lee's given them a coffee machine.
Yeah, but Mum still tries to make out she's not that bothered about it. And Dad is nearly banned from using it because every freaking time he uses it, I swear he's going to break it. I'm like, that's a steam wand. Don't pull it any harder because you'll break it. Anyway, sorry that this took a turn.
No, they're not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. I'm going to have to go. I'm on 7%. Suzanne Stone says grandchild trumps everything. Sarah Doolally says, will you do this game with your mum and dad? Trouble is, I think dad would be a bit awkward and mum would just make jokes all the time and it would just get a bit awkward for everyone concerned. Oh, yes, Emma Staple. I gave them beef Wellington. Thank you. All right. I'm off. Eloise, say goodbye to your fans.
Bye, darlings.
This is the
again
Peart
soon.
wave. What we're going to do is we'll very quickly teach you the Peart wave. Everyone at home, if you're watching or if you're watching this back on after it's broadcast, get your hand like this and you wave. That's the...
And just for a little bit more context, when I used to wave to Lee like that on the landing, he cried.
No, I didn't cry.
He did. He used to cry at his door.
You're such a liar. No, you used to annoy me. You used to do this at your door. You used to go...
Yeah,
and I used to go, what does that mean? And you never tell me what it means. No. And that frustrated me because I like to know what it means.
I will tell you with that, actually. So I used to do that. And then if I stood near to your door on the landing, you used to say, get out of my garden. And if I did the wave, you cried and shouted, Mum.
Oh my God. She's such a... Rachel, Ellie, you need to come on more often. We need to know more secrets. Maybe I'll get Eloise and Layla on and we can do a secret amnesty.
I won't wear this jumper next time if you can give me just a bit of pre-notice because this is a pure coincidence.
Well, I think you need to. They won't recognise you otherwise. I mean, Jesus.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm off, guys. Thanks for joining. Take care. If you've enjoyed this, hit the like. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. If you have subscribed to the channel, please don't watch this and unsubscribe. It's not like this. And if you've enjoyed it, either if you're watching this back or you're watching it live after this finishes, please leave a comment. Take care. Eloise, please go and have some water. For God's sake, we're all tired. Bye.
Bye, darlings.